Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, September 20th, and I am your host, Eric. It is Sports Pop Talk. And if you're watching this on the rewind, just want to say thank you so much. I hope you're having a great weekend, and it is a week of sports. So we are about to get into it. So here we go. All right, everybody. So we have sports. We got NHL, we got MLB, we got NBA, and we got week 2 of the NFL. That's right. So we got a plethora of sports coming your way. But first, we do have a little bit of sad news that I just wanted to kind of touch on before we start here. Let me go ahead and real quick. So, Miss Ginsburg, Ruth, unfortunately, she did pass away. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the notorious RBG. She passed away September 18th on Friday. She was 87 years old. And one of her quotes, that always stood out was, "Women belong in all places where decisions are being made, and it shouldn't be that women are the exception." She led an amazing life and was the longest serving woman on the Supreme Court. So she had complications from pancreatic cancer. So rest in peace, and sorely will be missed. And we say our prayers. So just a moment of silence for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Okay. So we do have sports this week. We have the NFL, we have NBA, we have a lot of things that are going on. Let me go ahead real quick. Just say hello, Christina Payne. How are you? Hope all is well. And also, we wanted to, since Christina Payne is here, we'd like to say happy birthday to her dad. So, happy birthday, Al. We send you best wishes. We hope you have a great day. We know you're a big Chiefs fan. So go Chiefs. Happy birthday, Al. I hope all is well. So, all right. So we have, first, I want to bring in one of the co hosts of the team of Sports Pop Talk, to talk about maybe some baseball. And let's see here. All right. Let me go ahead and give him his due. So let's see, guys. Hold on. That's right. All right, let's take a look here. Let's pull him up. And there he is, Mr. Unuseful Unboxing. So, Tori, just real quick, so, just touch briefly for those that might not know, what is the reason behind your name?
So, my name is, I started a podcast like a year and a half ago called The Unuseful Idiots. And basically, a useful idiot is someone who believes in propaganda. So I started a podcast and called it Unuseful Idiots. Basically, like someone who doesn't believe in propaganda. Okay. And then I just wanted to keep it like a brand type thing.
Gotcha. So you have your brand. So that's awesome. Okay. Well, Tori, As before we get into some of the other sports that are on the list there, I do, because you are a big baseball fan, and the Yankees, who have currently won, I think, about 10 straight now, they're starting to get hot. So the skillet is heating up. We're looking into baseball. Let me go ahead and grab my notes here real quick. Just want to let you know that the postseason has become a little bit more clear. The Minnesota Twins, Tori, who could be a thorn on your side, but I know that you've enjoyed the
We
Twins.
beat up on the Twins.
That's why I said you enjoy the Twins, but they celebrated. They actually punched their ticket for the third time in 4 seasons with an 8-1 win over the Chicago Cubs. So the Twins are now going to join the A's, the White Sox, the Tampa Bay Rays, and so far, that's who's in right now. So they're going to look to change October history, as they have not won a playoff series since 2002. Now, obviously, the team that has been able to go up against them and knock them out, the New York Yankees, they've surged to a 10-game winning streak. They've clinched a 28th consecutive winning season and can clinch a spot in the playoffs today. Also, the San Diego Padres can clinch today. And the San Francisco Giants, even though they've lost 5 of their last 7, they need to turn it around, but they do remain tied for the last playoff spot in the National League. So we'll see how the races shape up. And season's almost over and ready for playoff season. So your thoughts, briefly, Tori, on how things are going, how you like your Yankees playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees winning 10 straight or whatever, it's good now because, they were on a big losing streak before that. Right before that, they lost a lot. So it's good to see them turn it around, which, it's the same. I feel like it's the same story with the Yankees pretty much every season, recently at least. It's that when their big guys are healthy, they do well. And when some of their big guys go down, they struggle. But one of the big things is DJ LeMahieu has followed up his surprise season last year. So,
Okay.
that's good.
All right. Well, I mean, that's basically, like I said, with baseball playoffs, we'll get a little bit closer to that. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of touch briefly. Obviously the Yankees are doing well. As we figure out the final entrance into the playoffs, we will touch on that. But moving on real quick to the NBA. Obviously, we do have the NBA playoffs. And so with the NBA playoffs, basically, game 1, Lakers and the Nuggets. Obviously the second place LeBron James in his, I say second place because of the MVP. His Lakers took control in game 1 over the Denver Nuggets in their 126-114 win, as Denver just could not solve their problem for foul trouble. The young Denver squad will look to rebound in game 2. And you had Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward is back. He leads the Celtics to their first game win in the East Finals. So before I touch on that real quick, I'm going to go ahead and bring in another one of our members here. And let's see here, because we know that he is a Celtic fan. And so I would like to give him his due. And let me go ahead. But anyways, I want to And hello, Mr. TechBot. How are you doing today, sir?
What is up?
How is things, Chris? You keeping busy through the week?
Always busy, nonstop. Whether it's work, it's YouTube, it's studying for other things I'm trying to get licensing for and stuff like that. It's nonstop.
It's almost like you want to make two of you, one that you can sleep a little bit, catch up on your sleep, and the other one to do some activities, and just kind of be like, okay, like you need to do this. It's why I do this because
No, because I couldn't even stand a second one of myself.
Well, anyways, we welcome you to the show. We are touching a little bit on NBA playoffs, and one of the things that I wanted to obviously just look into was the Celtics. Obviously they started out a little slow. However, Gordon Hayward has made his return, and so with Gordon Hayward back in the fold, Boston's starting to kind of look like they found their groove a little bit.
I think the addition of Hayward is always nice. I mean, he brings a lot to the game, but I think that after the game 2 loss, and as close as the loss was, I think that really fired him up. From what I understand, there was those guys all have a lot of passion for the game and they want to win, and they're a bunch of younger guys too. So some people may say arguments in the locker room. I don't consider arguments in the locker room. I consider that them firing themselves up for the next game. So yeah. that right there was just I knew once I heard that it was going to be over for them in game 3. Now hopefully they can bring that fire back on game 4.
Yeah, I think Boston, like I said, their defense, they're going to kind of get things going a little bit. Obviously the Heat plays well, but we'll see. It's it's usually about a 7-game series a lot of times. So we'll see if it's going to be the Celtics and Lakers, the old school. But let's go ahead and move real quick over to the NHL. So just kind of touch briefly. Obviously, with the NHL, we are in the finals. We do have at this point in time, we got Tampa Bay Lightning and the Dallas Stars. So the Dallas Stars are shining bright to start the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. Even though Tampa Bay Lightning, who with more wins in the regular season and playoffs than any other team for the last 6 years, they've reached the conference finals 4 times, but they've yet to win a cup with this core of players. So they are definitely looking to be the favorites. However, the Stars, they started out at 1-7-1, but they have punched their ticket through and now look to be holding the winning ticket in this best of 7 series. So first Stanley Cup final in 20 years, and the Stars are out ready to shine. So obviously, you have, the Dallas Stars and the Tampa Bay Lightning, for the hockey fans, it's finals, it's hockey. It might not be your team, but hockey finals are always exciting. Especially if you're at a game, the boards, the crashing, just if it goes to overtime, so there's a lot with that with the hockey. So we'll see how this plays out, but I mean Dallas, has started out 1-0. So your guys' thoughts on who might win? You don't have to go too much into it, but have you caught any of the hockey action now that Boston is not in it, or do you just kind of like do you catch a game here and there, maybe some highlights because it's the finals?
I'll watch the highlights. I'm still an Eastern Conference guy, so of course I gotta go for the Lightning, especially since they're down here in Tampa Bay. But I still like to live with the way I always look at things. Of you can only have one team. You live by one team, and although I'm a Bruins fan and they knocked out, if I was to root on a team left, I would have to go Lightning. I think Lightning's still a young squad. They're going to get it back together. I think it's going to be Tampa Bay's year.
Yeah, I mean they seem to have the right mix, the right stuff in the pot to basically get it going. And sometimes it's just that first game, they kind of, maybe it's an assessment, just see how the team plays, and then they go from there. And then we look at the coaching. So real quick, just want to say hi to everybody in the chat. LBD, how are you, bud? We have Dana, welcome. Christina Payne. We have Superior Superior Heroes Review. Welcome as well. So like I said, we have this September 20th beautiful weekend that we got going on here. Also Funkelos, him and his computer. See, that's the reason, Funkelos, that's why the Dodgers can't do anything. They never can get it together when they need to. That computer, you got to figure that out, Funkelos.
It must be an LA thing.
I mean, we could have Mr. TechBot take a look at it. He is the tech guy.
They have their butlers do it in LA.
Yeah, exactly.
So generally, that is, obviously your little playoffs, scenario that we got going on. Baseball's got their thing. But basically, we're here for NFL Week 2. And I wanted to real quick get this here for a second.
He just really didn't want to come on to try to compete against me. That's what it is. So, because he knows if Boston plays the Lakers, that the Lakers are just going to fold, just like LeBron James does on everything else, gives up.
Well, and that's something that I would love to be able to, if it does go that way, it'd be nice to get you guys to have like some kind of a little bit of a bet, something of that nature, with the Boston, East Coast, West Coast. So while I'm getting something pulled up here, Mr. TechBot, can you give us any idea what's going on, how your week was, anything new and exciting? Or you're recovering from that challenge?
No, that's been done and over with for a while. We're still good. We got some plans for another one coming up probably in the next couple of weeks with me and Wayne, and we've got some good lineups coming up pretty soon. We're going to be bringing back the what's in their collection segment with comic edition, and of course we all talked about the New York Comic Con. Although I think if you look through the YouTube channels, everybody's talked the New York Comic Con to death. Where I don't really think they had a great lineup to begin with. But no, last week, just a normal week, did some Funkos. I was hoping to be able to open up the, a box I got, but it came in late. So I decided to go pop hunting instead and found some cool zombies. But, this week we got some more band boxes. I got a new mystery box from Spastic. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Spastic Toys.
Spastic Collectibles, yeah.
I got that coming in. I've got a Galactic Toy Shop box coming in. So we got some good stuff coming along the way. So, and then I've started finally filming my, and this is going to be Patreon only content, but finally started building my black light box. So I started cutting all that up because I feel with these black light pops, they it's just a shame to have them sitting up on the shelf. You got to show those things off. So I'm building a nice little box for those, and I'm going to be filming it, but it's going to be a Patreon only exclusive content.
Nice. Okay, so you hear that, guys. So you definitely want to get a part of the exclusive content. So, and all your Patreon information is located in your video description, the links. So you definitely want to be able to go check that out, guys, Mr. TechBot. So one of the things that we wanted to kind of talk about here, Tori, with the NFL, you have week 2, and Bill Belichick. Let me go ahead and look at this real quick. How I wanted to set this up. Sorry, guys. So Bill Belichick,
The master,
and Pete Carroll. So let me go ahead and give you these.
Which a lot of people forget. Pete Carroll was actually a coach for the New England Patriots before Bill Belichick took over.
Oh, there you go, guys. See, you got some facts and knowledge right there. So you the man. He's telling you the man. So we got Bill Belichick and Pete Carroll. They're going to be locking up this weekend. And so we have the 2 oldest coaches in the NFL at 68 and 69 years young. They're going to go ahead and set a record for the oldest coaching matchup in history. They're going to go ahead and surpass the greats Marv Levy and Don Shula. Together, they got 455 wins and 7 Super Bowl trophies that they've combined for. So who do you think, just curious, who do you think will retire first?
That's a hard question. I have no idea. I mean, Belichick's, if anything, I could see Belichick eventually going off the field and going into front office. I see him turning into front office and McDaniels eventually taking over the coaching position. But I mean, who knows? The guy lives, eats, and sleeps football. So I don't know what else he'd want to do with his life other than football. So, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, he's not going to make a future in commentating by any means because he's got the most monotone and non-descriptive voice I've ever heard. But he, like I said, he's the master. He's the master, and that's what I was always telling everybody. You know, Brady leaving's one thing. It's always a sad day to have a great quarterback leave your team, but it's the day Belichick goes is going to be when it's going to be tough because you take away the entire culture that he created. Yeah.
There could always be a segment during one of those preview shows, like Nap Time with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speaking of, sleeping, we do have another panel member who would like to make his presence known. So let me go ahead and give him further ado. And Mr. Funkalos.
Hey, you actually figured out how to use the on switch.
Be careful what you wish for, sir. Be careful what you wish for, because it will come true. Good morning, everybody. Well, good morning.
How are you?
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, not much. Just getting on. What about them Lakers?
Did anyone actually watch it?
Yeah, bro. You know everybody's watching it.
Don't matter. You know LeBron's gonna give up just like he always does.
He's not gonna give up. The path to the championship just opened up. Thank you, Nuggets. Thank you, Clippers, for being the stepchild to this beautiful LA. You'll never be close to the Lakers. All you Clipper fans out there who said, "Oh, we built a team to beat the Lakers," don't forget there's other teams in the NBA you gotta beat before you get to the Lakers. So, thank you, Clippers, very much.
Don't forget the champions going through Boston.
Yeah, man. Look, Boston's down 2-1, but I think that series is going to be a good series, man.
Well, the other thing is too, LeBron James. He might be a little still sour over that second place MVP voting there, so he may not be focused for the rest of the series.
I don't think he cares about those anymore. I think championship is what he cares about now. It's like if you ask Tom Brady, do you care about the MVP? Hell no, man. He cares about winning Super Bowl.
He's already said before he doesn't care about the MVP. He just wants to win.
Well, he had a little video chat the other day, so he definitely, you can tell it's a little bit on his mind. But yeah, once everything's all said and done, he is going to go in and play for the championship. So let's once again just welcome everybody in the chat. Flash Ray, hello, how are you? Christina Payne, Dana, and once again, just thank you guys for being here on this beautiful Sunday, September 20th. And we're talking, obviously, NFL Week 2. So let me go ahead and just kind of touch on this real quick. Obviously, we had Week 1. And before we get into Week 2, let me go ahead. I wanted to highlight Week 1. But Funkalos, why don't you go ahead and give us an idea of what's going on with you? How are things? How's the week going?
Sorry, brother. I couldn't hear you, man. The damn helicopter flying right above the house.
What did you do?
The ghetto bird is looking for him.
Is this Grand Theft Auto?
So the question is how are you? What's going on with you with the week? How's things going?
Woo. It's going good. Everything's great. We're excited. Today is Sunday. It's football. And it's also Laker time, and it's also Dodger time. So it's a great time. Everything's well here. Obviously, you can hear I was trying to mute it, but there's a bunch of helicopters flying over the house, and it's not the police ones. It's a bunch of fires going on north of us, and they're just flying, scooping up water and dumping it over there, trying to stop this fire. But other than that, everything's good. It's nice to see Mr. TechBot finally make it. I know he was busy studying. Let me tell you,
I got a lot going. I got a lot going on, man.
listen, brother, you gotta stop, man. You gotta stop. School. Once they told me school was over, when I was 18, I stopped, brother.
Oh, you never stop. Never stop learning. Never stop learning.
That's good,
But
brother.
that's why. That's also why he doesn't know how to use a computer.
That
Oh, that's
is
a good
correct.
point.
So we have Mr. That's why they do call him Mr. TechBot. He's always got to stay up on the technology.
Wow.
But let's go ahead and just kind of dive into week one here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and show this, and here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously we got some highlights there from week one. Obviously, week one is in the books. One of the things last week too, you had the underdogs, 7 out of 16 come through. So week two is upon us. So do you see some of the favorites rebounding back? Obviously, the team with a better defense and they're getting points is always a good bet to go. But basically, what we want to do is just kind of look at the power rankings. Heading into this week. Let me go ahead and sure if I had that here. So we got the power rankings for week 2. Just kind of want to see how you guys feel, if you agree. So they have Kansas City, obviously number 1, Baltimore Ravens 2, Green Bay, New Orleans, Tennessee, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Seattle, the Niners, and the Rams. Now, obviously, the Niners lost to Arizona. Arizona's sitting at 14. New England sitting at 12. How they figure these rankings, not exactly sure. But do you take a team that didn't win and consider them in the top 10, for that? Anybody?
I think a lot of those rankings are based off of a lot of factors of points scored, overall stats, and mind you, I think some of them are skewed, to be honest with you, but I don't know. I definitely say if you lost, then you should be under 15, or under 16 or whatever it is, and go from there. But I mean, I'll in Funkalo's favor, I'll give it to Arizona, for putting the smackdown on the Niners. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, what would you say, Funkalos? I mean, Arizona's coming in at 14 and the Niners are coming in at 9, but yet the score would basically be different because obviously Arizona's 1-0.
Those rankings don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing to me.
And the bottom line is who has the best record at the end of the season. That's where it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
We're about Super Bowl bound right now. We got 1 win, so we're Super Bowl bound. That's what I always say. Until we lose, then I say, we're not back to Super Bowl.
All right. Now he's just talking crazy again.
It's always crazy.
Power rankings are just clickbait.
Yeah, more or less. It's something for the ESPN analysts to talk about, whether it's good or not. I mean, that's really all it is. There's not much there for them, but power rankings are good. They're kind of bull to begin with.
Well, a renewed push for social justice in the country has brought something familiar to us during the pandemic, which is football. Obviously, everybody's excited to see how the season progresses. Obviously, fans are not in the stands, so it's not really a home field advantage in some of these games. Now, Tampa Bay, they bring in Brady and some new faces, but they still have to play the Saints, and maybe they put it together in week 2, but they're definitely going to cross a tough bridge with Carolina and Mr. Teddy Bridgewater. Mr. Joe Burrow, thank you for reporting to work in your first season in NFL, but he should have brought a kicker with him because obviously, you can see in these games how it's important for every special teams, every player on there to perform. But who knows what to expect out of Cincinnati? Well, we pretty much know that. He should know too from playing at LSU. The Detroit Lions, they had they had the fourth quarter leads in 6 of their losses last season. And the Bears remember how those games went because they scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter for a 27-23 win. So maybe in Detroit, they play the fourth quarter first. So who knows what week 2 is going to bring us?
Yeah, but that Bears one was so crap. I mean, come on, Mitch Trubisky, he had 1 good game, and if anything, he had 1 good quarter. He's not going to be the answer for that team by any means. They got a lot more problems than they know of.
So you think they're going to go to Foles pretty quick?
Yeah.
Plus injuries too. Isn't Trubisky usually a big injury prone guy?
Yeah, I mean, but he has horrible form. I don't know. I've never been a Trubisky fan. I think he's overrated 100%. And he's going to be a career backup before you know it.
Okay. We'll definitely see how week 2 goes for the Midster. So just kind of getting into some of the week 2 matchups, guys, and if any of these games you want to feel free to chime in on, be more than happy to. But let me go ahead. I got Christina's on there. Where did that go?
Matthew's talking crap already.
Yeah, good old Matthew, huh? talking your crap, but the Cubs. What happened to the Cubs yesterday, Matthew? They let the Twins beat them. So the Cubs, they definitely had a fail.
Hey, we're off of baseball already.
Yeah. So we'll say bye to baseball. There you go, Bears. But definitely, like I said, one of the things I wanted to do real quick one more time. Christina Payne, her father is a big Kansas City fan. It's his birthday today, so once again, happy birthday, Al. Hope everything is well for this weekend. You have a great birthday. Go Chiefs. All right. So we have the Rams and the Eagles. Now, the Eagles crashed the car last week after starting out on a pleasant drive, and the Rams were on cruise control in their win over the Cowboys. So will the three-back attack carry the Rams this week with their preview of, the Eagles? We have Atlanta and Dallas, two teams that basically don't want to fall to 0-2, but which one comes out on top? On the field, there's going to be plenty of black and blue as they will fight it out. Denver and Pittsburgh, Steelers shut down Saquon Barkley with 6 rushing yards. The defense lowered the steel curtain and looked to continue to corral the Broncos' backs. The 49ers have yet to take off, but Sam Darnold and the Jets are looking to keep them grounded. And Minnesota and Indy, the Vikings set sail to Indy, where they will look to capitalize on a lack of rushing game from the Colts. Will Adam Thielen and the Vikes look to catch on with a win? So in those games there that we kind of highlighted a little bit, anything stands out that you want to kind of watch, keep track of, or comment? Niners and Jets. Niners going to the East Coast. They're 0-1. How do you feel about that type of a game? Is that a trap game?
I would say if the Niners don't beat the Jets, they should probably get kicked out of the league for that one. I mean, come on. They everyone says it's such a great team and such a high powered team that if you can't beat the Jets, I mean that no, you should just go back home.
Yeah, I mean, when you got these guys in the stands, they want some action. They want to see something good. So
the Niners are a -7, so they're favored by
The Niners are -7.
yeah.
They should be favored for higher. It's supposedly how much power rankings say that there should be so much better.
Do you think their defense steps it up? I mean, here's one of the things that you look at sometimes, the West Coast traveling to the East Coast, they're playing, at different times. They're on the road, they're coming off of week 1 loss. Does that factor in, to the Jets, because, like I said, when you go to the betting table and you're looking at your points and you're looking at, your team, obviously on paper, you say, okay, the Niners, 7. But you can all of a sudden be in the fourth quarter and they're only up by 3 and they're clinging on to the win. So that's what the NFL is you never know. I mean, nobody knew, they thought the Niners would take care of Arizona, but Arizona won. So obviously we had 7 underdogs prevail. So what do you think about that with the underdogs in week 1?
It's always a hit and miss, especially when it comes to NFL. I mean, it's all about any given Sunday, and any Sunday somebody could have their best day of their career and completely clean house for stuff like that. But like I said, especially, I mean, that's kind of like still when talk about the Niners, it's kind of like talking, oh, the Chiefs are so great, but if they went down 0-2, I mean, it's like, come on, that they're not as good as everybody thought they were. I mean, the Niners should be. They didn't really lose anybody last season, and they've added to it, so they should be better than they say. But obviously, they played like. I mean, the one thing I will give all the teams right now is there was no preseason. There was a ton of rookie mistakes being made all around the league last week, and I do expect that even into this week. I don't expect that to get any better until about next week, but I'll give them that much. Maybe it being the first game, but like I said, if you say you're that good, then you need to go out and back it up.
So Funkelos, he's still having some issues, Mr. Techbot. I guess we're going to have to give him a tutorial. He says the Niners will win by 10. So we'll kind of see from there. So another set of games, we got the Packers and the Lions. Now, the Lions have always kind of given the Packers fits, but their defense is really kind of looking not too well after last week's game. The Packers, Devontae Adams had a 14 catch performance in week 1, and with the Lions secondary pretty much banged up, Aaron Rodgers has his slicer ready to cut through the Lions defense. You have Carolina and Tampa Bay. Now Brady is 48-13 coming off of a loss. Now keep in mind, obviously, with New England, but with the lack of wide receivers, will Brady be able to dissect the Panthers defense that actually started 4 rookies last week? You have Buffalo and Miami. Now, Josh Allen against Miami last year was pretty successful. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, completed 62.7% of his passes. Miami gave up 217 rushing yards. I think like 70 of it to Cam Newton last week to New England. So pass all day as Josh Allen will lead the way. And
before we get to the next set, I mean, let's analyze what we've gone over so far. So you got the Packers and the Lions. I mean, I'm gonna probably say, in my eyes, I don't know what Tori thinks, but the Packers should easily, with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, the secondary is not the greatest. He should easily be able to put that where it needs to be. So I'm going to say Packers win over the Lions. Tampa over Carolina. I'm probably going to say that's a toss-up.
I think that game stays close, but I think maybe Brady squeaks it out. But I mean, the thing is lack of wide receivers. I mean, he
has wide receiver help. He has wide. That's not the problem. The problem is they can't get him to think. And I mean, that's just like the first interception he threw last week. Evans just completely stopped the route. He threw it to where he should have been, but he stopped the route. But I'm probably.
Well, Godwin's out, so Godwin's not playing.
I'm actually going to give the nod to Carolina on this one because I think McCaffrey is going to have a better game. The front 5 of Tampa Bay is not as good as everyone says they are. I think McCaffrey is going to be the difference maker in that game. So I'm going to say Carolina on that one. Again, no Brady bias by any means. I just think that they have the edge.
Well, and Bridgewater has shown, I mean, he can get things done. But 4 rookies on the defense, I mean, that's, obviously a learning curve as well. So, I mean, Brady, experienced quarterback going up against 4 rookies. I mean, I think the game stays close. But, I mean, like I said, it seems like it could be a toss-up because I don't know. I mean, is this Tampa Bay a public team? Because, I mean, everybody wants to look at them to succeed, but I don't know if they're going to catch that fire or not.
Well, it's the largest downfall for Tampa is what I've been saying since the beginning. The weakest point of Tampa is their offensive line. They have a very, very weak offensive line, and it's gonna make Brady have to get rid of that ball even faster than he wants to. So, I mean, the problem is they can't give enough, and the part of that line that is holding it is Gronk, and the downside is you can't get Gronk on the outside to get a catch because he's inside protecting the whole game. So that's not really a factor either.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we get some touchdown celebration in Tampa Bay, or will it be a epic fail? We shall see. But so you have Buffalo, Miami, you have Jacksonville and Tennessee. Now, Derrick Henry will probably be hearing Britney Spears singing this Sunday as "Oops, I Did It Again," because that's the theme for Henry. He torments the Jags. He had 498 yards rushing in 4 games. So we'll probably see a lot of Derrick Henry, but Jacksonville, not that bad.
Minshew madness. They're not that great either. I'm going to give the nod to Tennessee on this one only because Travis Henry. If Tennessee did not have Henry, that team would be horrible. But the fact that they're giving him more touches than any running back in the league right now, I mean, just says a lot that he's just going to pound it up there. And until somebody decides, everyone wants to say, oh, well, he's not going to do it. We'll stop him. The guy's a beast. The guy's bigger than Marshawn Lynch was. So the guy is a beast. He's built to just pound it right up the middle.
Okay. So, Tori, I know you're a Giants man, right? New York Giants?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the New York Giants at the Bears, and we just want to know, will the real Mitch Trubisky please stand up? He had 3 touchdowns in the final 15 minutes, covered up the stink in the first 3 quarters. So the Giants look to be a team who will figure things out, but, they might not figure it out until the end of the season. So what do you see with these two teams, the matchups? Is it a low-scoring affair? Tori, do you think the Giants are able to rebound and get Saquon in the driver's seat and get him running?
I don't know. I mean, I think it all depends on if Daniel Jones can get going. If Daniel Jones can get the passing game going, then it opens it up for Saquon and he can do his thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, Saquon's one of the best running backs in the league. But
arguably he hasn't done enough to prove that name.
Well, but he has shown it that he could.
He's shown moments, but until you prove it day after day, game after game, and be a playoff player, you can't really put that title on him.
But being a playoff player, is you can't.
That's just like you can't label Lamar Jackson the great quarterback. He's not. He's a playoff choke artist. And that's what it is. He's a playoff choke artist. The kid will never make it big. He's going to be like the Dan Marino of the new age. He can win a lot of, regular season games, but when it comes to playoffs, it's all about, the choke. But again, you can't label Saquon because Saquon has only been in the league, 2 years? He hasn't proven anything.
Well, yeah, and that's why you wouldn't call him the best or even the second best or just say outright. But, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to say, you have to do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, but look at compared to Tennessee.
Doing it in the playoffs is about, you have to have the team around you to do it in the playoffs.
You do, but just, if we're going to look at the season alone, look at the fact that you got a guy like Henry over in Tennessee who arguably is the best player on that team, and he's taking that entire team on his back, and he's carrying the entire team to the end zone.
And that's why
Saquon isn't doing that.
And that's why Henry's on another level.
Oh yeah, but to say that Saquon's one of the best in the league, he's got to prove it first.
Yeah, I'll give you that. He's got to prove more that he's, you can't say he's number 2 until he proves it.
No, I put a lot of people up above him. But don't get me wrong. Is he a solid quarterback? Is he a solid running back? Yes, he's a very solid running back. If given the right opportunity, he can light a fire, and he's got incredible speed. If he gets out in the open, the guy's dangerous. But he's still a little small to where he can't bust it in the middle. He's got to go to the outside all the time.
And he also needs an offensive line.
That too. The Giants need a whole lot of everything.
Well, that's one of the big problems is that, we got to see, I think Daniel Jones could be a a good enough quarterback to lead a team to the playoffs and win. But he's not the kind of quarterback that's gonna just that it doesn't matter who's around him.
You know who he reminds me of? Trent Dilfer. Yeah, he may win a quarterback. He may win a Super Bowl in time. But it's not going to be on his merit.
He's better than Trent Dilfer.
It's on the same level.
Well, he's definitely playing on the same level. He's looking to, that's a good comparison right there. So real quick, just say hello to everybody in the chat. Just come and say hi to us and celebrate Sports Pop Talk on this beautiful Sunday. So Mama J, welcome. Chris, K&L Collectibles, the Golden Collectibles. We have Dead Zone, Chris, Funko Asylum. Welcome, guys. So obviously, we'll see what happens with the Giants and the Bears, but I think it's going to be pretty much both teams we're just going to say goodbye to right now.
Yeah, you could flip a quarter to see who wins that game.
I think they're both gonna not do much.
So let's move forward. Now, obviously, the Washington football team, they took care of business against the Eagles last week. Obviously, a surprise. Their defense came up in the game. Now they're going to put up a chase against Arizona Sunday, as Chase Young will look to slow down Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray actually ran for 91 yards against the Niners. So Washington will be effective on the D, but with Haskins, he was ranked 31 out of 32 in the quarterback production. So Arizona should do what the Eagles could not, and hopefully be able to win against Washington.
Arizona should be able to smash them.
Yeah, I mean, you're hoping, that Arizona.
Funkelos, for you being your team, you're only giving them by 3. I give if Arizona can't beat them by at least 10. I mean, with Haskins is I mean, he deserves the ranking he has. He's not a good quarterback, but I would say Arizona by 10.
So Funkelo says the prison Wi-Fi is not good. So let's see here. We have the Ravens and Texans now. Obviously,
It's
the
gonna
Texans,
be a good game.
Always usually a competitive. They're going to lock up on Sunday, and on the run they will be. Both quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, scored 8 touchdowns on the run last year. Now, Baltimore is going up against a team coming off a loss opening night. So a little bit of a layoff, with playing on Thursday and then coming back on Sunday. How do you think that sets up?
Yeah, but that's coming off of a loss for a great team. I mean, arguably probably still the best team in the league right now. And they've still played very well. They still held their own. I think Houston's going to have a pretty good defense this year. And I got to give it. I think Deshaun Watson is the man. I think the guy is a fantastic player. And I'm going to give the nod to Houston on that one.
Okay, so you think the Texans are going to be able to, hold the Ravens down? And the Ravens, they played Cleveland last week. They have some confidence in that division against that team. So we'll see how they do match up. Obviously the Texans have some defense, and they're going to need it. For obviously against Lamar Jackson. Now Kansas City is playing at the Chargers in the SoFi. 5 out of 6, the Chargers have lost to Kansas City since Anthony Lynn has taken the helm.
They're going to smash it. Kansas City is going to smash them. It's just, I say Mahomes throws for at least three touchdowns.
Well, they had 17 turnovers. The Chargers did. So obviously, maybe bakeries are the better way to go for the Chargers. With all those turnovers. But Kansas City basically has won 10 straight overall since the playoffs last year. So they seem to be getting right into the sink and thick of things starting out. So you think they continue? Obviously,
I say they continue it on.
Okay. Now, the game that a lot of people will be interested in, because, like I said, you have the two oldest coaches going at it, creating history here. You do have New England, and you also do have Seattle. And so, obviously, with these guys here, Bill Belichick, and we have Pete Carroll, they are squaring up. And so, like I said, they have been on the staff. The same team as you mentioned, Carroll had coached with the Patriots.
New England by 7.
Well, you got Russell Wilson, 11 out of 14 plays in the first quarter, he passed against Atlanta. So does that happen with New England's defense? Now, New England played Miami.
New England doesn't have the top defense they had last year. I mean, granted, we lost 8 players off the damn defense because they opted out for the season. I mean, especially missing a guy like Hightower right in the middle. I mean, that's a huge loss. But I say Belichick still pulls it together. Belichick adapts throughout the game and gives it. I mean, I don't shed any light against Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and still will be for a long time. A guy can move, the guy can pass, the guy can do it all. But I will never say anything against, and I'm still going to say New England by 7.
Oh, so you think Stephon Gilmore will be able to shut them down a little bit?
I think they're going to run it all day. To be honest, I think New England's going to run it down their throats all day with the four running backs they got, and then of course they're gonna toss Cam Newton into the mix, which will eventually open up a big pass game for either Bird or Edelman. But I think they're going to run it all day.
Well, Papa Willie has Seattle over New England 28-17. Funkalo says,
but he's a Bears fan, so his thought is skewed anyways.
So we definitely have a slew of games here, and then obviously heading into Monday night National Football League, the New Orleans Saints are going to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. That's right, the Las Vegas Raiders. But injuries at right tackle may factor in for the Raiders. Josh Jacobs, he may be able to get them going, but they're going to be playing the Saints, and the Saints, they may come marching in the end zone quite a bit with Kamara.
The Saints are definitely going to kill that one. I mean, the Saints in the NFC are going to be the team to beat. The Saints are going to be the one that everyone should be looking at to take the NFC crown this year. Just because they're so good in all aspects. Their defense, their secondary is so good. Kamara is just, he's fantastic, and Thomas is a beast, man. Just toss that up. He has essence of Randy Moss to him.
Oh, okay, calling out the essence of Randy Moss. So we definitely, you guys like that? You guys agree with that? Definitely, Tori, how do you see? Do you think the Raiders at home handle the breeze, or will the Saints leave the Raiders with a stalled car? Do you think the Saints are the real deal? As a team,
they're not going to Funkalo's neighborhood.
You think they're gonna be the real deal this season for the NFC?
Yeah. I think the Saints are too good with Breeze, Kamara, Thomas. I just think there's too many weapons there.
So Papa Willie says Raiders, baby.
And there you have it. That's
well,
why
to be honest,
Saints are gonna win.
I definitely think too for Breeze is, but this is a do or die season for Breeze. To be honest with you, I think when either he wins it all again this year, or he's done.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have to start looking at the future and give it one shot. But he does have the weapons in place, barring any injuries heading in.
Did they draft a quarterback?
Yeah, they did.
They did?
Yeah.
So,
like the third round. They have someone in plan and stuff like that. So, like I said, I think they got the future. But if there was ever a season for Breeze to take it, it's going to be this year. They've got all the weapons they need.
Yeah, what's his contract?
I don't think it's only through either this year or next year.
Yeah, because if it's he might play like one more year to train the guy for his second season.
I guarantee you, if Breeze wins a Super Bowl this year, he is retiring. I'll guarantee that he's going out on top. If he doesn't win, there's a different story to be. There's a different conversation to be had.
He signed a 2-year contract. So, but like you said, if he do win the Super Bowl, does he come back? Is there anything left in the tank to do that? So when we look at some of these games that are on the schedule for this week, just want to kind of touch on basically the best bets. So we're looking at best for week 2. So real quick, we're actually we're ending this with best bets here. So just wanted to kind of get your guys' thoughts on that. So Mr. Techbot, your best bets, your top 3 games, any upsets, anything that you want to touch on?
My best bet, I would probably say, I'm going to still say the Saints over the Raiders. I'm going to probably still say I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to still say Carolina over Tampa Bay, and of course New England over Seattle.
Okay.
Those are my top 3 picks.
And Tori, what do you have for your picks?
I'd go with Packers over Lions. Probably Cardinals over Washington. And just to have a little fun, Seahawks over Patriots.
Well, you were doing well on those picks up until that last one.
We'll see about that.
Okay, and so I'm going to go ahead and I will say I think Seattle, with New England playing against Miami, Seattle it looks to be that type of team that could give the Patriots some fits. You have 2 great coaches. There's a lot that's going to factor in that game. But I think when you look at the quarterback situation, I think Russell Wilson, you got to take him over Cam Newton. So I like Seattle. I'm also going to go ahead and pick Philadelphia to beat the Rams. And, I am going to go ahead and say for, obviously Kansas City will be a team that will stay strong as well. But one of the other games that I wanted to pick real quick was Denver and Pittsburgh. I'm going to say the Steelers continue to roll in that game as well. So I'm going to go. Yeah, so I'm going to go Seattle, Philly, and Pittsburgh. Funkelos, if you have your picks that
he said Seattle, Saints, and Arizona.
Hey, Geeky Mama Bear, how are you? So he said Seattle, Saints, and Arizona. Okay, so Seattle, Saints, and Arizona, awesome. So we have our best bets. We'll kind of see how that plays out. So, like I said, this is the NFL Hour, guys. We definitely appreciate everybody supporting Christina Payne, Geeky Mama Bear, Mama J, everybody that's here. Definitely appreciate it. When we come into this, we start at 9 o'clock now because the boys would like to watch some football. They want to enjoy everything. So we do appreciate you coming in, Mr. Tetbot. Anything you want to touch on real quick as we exit you out?
No, it's about what I went over earlier. We just got I got some good stuff. Got some BAMs, got some Spastic collectibles. Even got some. Hopefully, should be later some exclusive Patreon content for them as well as I'm working on next month's Patreon only giveaway. So hopefully, it should be pretty good.
And that is Mr. Techbot. So make sure you guys check him out. He, be his Patreon. Go ahead and get his information. A lot of great stuff. He's very active during the week. Also running a household and doing some studying. So he's always got things going on. That's Chris, Mr. Techbot. His side basically the thorn in the side is he is a Patriot fan. But hey, we'll see how it shapes out today. So, Mr. Tepbot, we thank you so much, and we
All right,
hope
guys.
All right, and so Tori, obviously, baseball, you're a big Yankee fan. The Yankees have gone 10 wins right now. They're heating up. They can clinch a playoff spot, and they have had their 28th consecutive successful season. So you excited for the Yankees today?
Yeah, maybe they'll win their 28th championship to go along with that 28th consecutive winning season.
We'll let's before I finish you off real quick, since Funkelos is in the chat, and he has had problems with his Wi-Fi, so to speak.
And prison Wi-Fi can be tough.
Yeah, his apparently maybe his kids aren't home because they can't help him out with it. But Mr. Funkelos, we do appreciate you always coming in and giving your 2 cents. And then at that point, when you're done, we do take the earplugs out. But here is Mr. TechBot. All right, so thank you again, Funkelos, for always being here. We love having the banter. So Tori, anything real quick, that you got going on for the week? I know you have a lot of things.
Yeah, so actually I am changing up what I'm doing. I am, the videos. So I'm going to do a sports card preview. Basically just going over, because every week there are a few different boxes that come out. So I'm just going to go over what's coming out and sort of do like what people do with pops and comics and that stuff. But I haven't seen anyone do it, so I'm hoping it's like catches on and it's something good. And then I'm still going to drop a mystery box video every week. That maybe it won't be pops every week. Maybe it'll be like other collectibles too, like Bandbox and that stuff. And then I'll have like, I'll do some kind of comic book video every week. And then probably do like a card review video every week.
Okay.
Well, then, just see how that goes.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of stuff to put on the plate for the week. So look forward to that. Obviously, Tori, Mr. Unuseful Unboxing. And we also had a Geeky Mama Bear was in the house today, Tori. So saying hello to, let's say hello to Geeky Mama Bear. But definitely, like I said, I appreciate it. Also, Frog Prince, how are you? And we have Dana. Obviously, there's a lot that's support in the chat. Definitely appreciate it, guys. But hey, we hope everybody is doing well. I hope you have a great weekend. And we hope you finish it strong today. Enjoy some football out there. Any final thoughts on any of the sports, Tori?
Just, we're let's see how. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with football still with, everything that COVID is doing because, people are worried that now that it's getting colder, that COVID's going to make a comeback.
Well, they're gonna hold on, Tori. Let me just show you this real quick so you can add to it. The coaches are actually going to, that COVID thing with the mask. They figured out how to send some plays to the coordinators. So they're just going to write it on the mask here. It says, "Give the ball to Derrick Henry." So that way the coordinators know they can't, have that communication. That's the best way to do it right there. Is they're just
but
write it on.
not everyone has a Derrick Henry who can. That works if you're Michael Jordan and you broadcast to your defender what you're going to do and you still do it.
Yeah. Well,
most of the time when you tell the guys what you're going to do, they can stop it. So,
well,
I don't know how that's going to work out.
Well, they did take care of him in the playoffs. Kansas City was able to figure that out. Basically, they didn't make the Super Bowl. So there is a formula in place, but he is a beast and he will get his yards. So definitely, like I said, guys, we appreciate it. You guys in the chat, we think that you guys are definitely number one. So we appreciate you guys here for the support. And, we hope that you guys have a beautiful day. Kind of mainstream. How's it going? Yes, make sure you guys smash that like button. What do you got there?
The new Jordan.
Jordan. Nice. Well, we'll see who performs today, if Chicago is able to take care of things or not. So like I said, 7 teams last week, seven underdogs took care of business. So we'll see if the favorites come through this week. But after all, NFL is back. So like I said, whatever you guys have on the calendar today, make it a good one. Go hug the family members, love them, and just smile and just look at the fact that our week is ending, but we got another week ahead of us. And just so you guys know, we got another week ahead of us. So that means on Tuesday, Tori, is the place that you're going to want to be. You got Geeky Mama Bear. That's right. Wave, Geeky Mama Bear. Wave to the fans. Geeky Mama Bear is celebrating her 1K celebration. So that'll be Tuesday. So make sure everybody stops in and says hello because it is going to be on like Donkey Kong. That's right. A lot of fun going on over there. So definitely you guys want to make sure that you are watching. So get your goggles on and be ready to go. All right. So definitely, guys, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate everybody. Papa Willie, he says Bears are already up 7-0. Well, but we'll see if they go into hibernation or if they continue to score. So we'll see. So other than that, guys, have a great day. Go out and love the family members. We love you guys all. Tori, anything you want to say?
No. Just,
all right.
Keep going.
And that's Mr. Unuseful right there, guys. All right. It's Dead Zone.
Don't get COVID.
Dead Zone. Thank you so much. You guys, appreciate you guys. Take care.